we're going to be making a video on car.
What's going on, guys? Acromen Man here. Today we're going to be making a video on CarX Drift Online. We're going to be bringing you the latest tunes that we figured out for a couple of different cars. We've been experimenting a little bit on this game. If you guys have been keeping up to date on my Facebook, we have been streaming it a couple of times a week roughly. But yeah, we've been experimenting a little bit. Got a couple of tunes loaded. We're going to be going through my wheel settings like quite a lot of you people have been asking me. So make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe for more videos like this, because we're going to be going through my Assetto Corsa settings and my Forza settings later on or next week. But let's get straight into it, guys. So we're heading straight over to our settings here, and we're going to be going into our controls, into our advanced settings, leaflet type thing here, and you're going to want to put on obviously manual gearbox, manual clutch if you guys are running a clutch and a shifter, and steering wheel assist you're going to want to put off. Controller assist you can leave on if you're running a controller, or whatever your preference is there, do whatever you want. But now we're going to get down to the steering wheel angle. We're running 900. I've always run 900 on this game. A lot of people run 540, but I don't know. For the T300 Thrustmaster, I just like to run 900. I always run 900 on all my games. It's just the most realistic feeling for me. And so far, so good. I'm liking it on CarX. You know, they've updated their physics. And yeah, it's going quite well. My wheel force feedback is at 0.6. So it's fairly high, but for the Thrustmaster with my custom wheel, that feels right for me. And yeah, I just go with the flow. I reckon it's brilliant. So if you guys have a Thrustmaster T300 or any of the above, I advise you to go 0.6 or higher. If you guys are in a G920 or something below that, then obviously you're going to want to lower it a little bit. But it's going to be a bit different for you guys in the Logitech wheels, because they're gear driven. They're not as good as these Thrustmaster wheels that, you know, and the Fanatic wheels, the direct drive wheels, all those wheels, they're not as good as those. So it's going to be a little bit harder for you guys on CarX, because it's not as smooth, but you guys will get used to it. I know a lot of my mates are on G920s and they go hard, but other than that, guys, everything is pretty much stock. You guys can kind of go through this and just exit the game, head into our garage, and we're going to start with our first car here, the 180SX. I'm pretty sure it's the second tier. Yeah, I think it's about $30,000, so it's pretty new into the game. This is the first car that we kind of started working on, and yeah, we're loading it. You want to buy it, obviously. You want to go into and get the ultimate tune. It may have to work up to it. I think it's about 30k for the drift tune, so go out and earn some money, come back and get the ultimate tune. You know, I'm not an alignment king. I don't know everything about car suspension, but this is what I've kind of just worked out from other videos, you know, mates on wheels, and just user preference. This is kind of a good base tune that you guys can kind of work with and kind of work on your body kits as well, raise your car up, do whatever you need. But for me, this is a very good base tune, and I've given it to a couple of my mates and they absolutely love it. So first up, you're going to want to go into your suspension. You're going to want to go into your front spring length, and you want to change it to 9. Obviously 9. Then your rear spring length is going to want to be 6, so 6. And then you want to head over to your front spring stiffness. I like to run my rear a little bit more stiff than the front, so I've bumped that rear up to 80 and the front to 70. You guys can just take a photo of this and then kind of skip through the video and just look at the photos at the end of the video. If you guys do want to do that, that may be easier, but I'll go through this with you guys. Front dampeners at 2.5, rear dampener 1500, front dampener fast rebounds at 6000, my rear dampener fast rebounds at 4000, front dampener bump is at 3000, rear dampener bump is at 2500, and for my front toe, you know, I like to go in the negative. It feels good for the wheel. I reckon positive kind of makes my wheel kind of lock up a little bit, and it just doesn't feel right. But for my front toe, I normally, for my baseline, lower tier cars go from about 0.20 to 0.25 negative, and then in my higher tier cars, I sometimes go up to negative 0.040 sometimes, but around negative 0.20 to negative 0.40 and all my cars is what you're going to run on the wheel. For the rear toe, I've just got that bumped down to negative 0.10. You guys can kind of run through that, just how much grip you want to run. You know, if you want more grip, you kind of want to go into your theater mode and look at your car, the way it's setting, the way it's drifting, and kind of get your wheels straight and as flat to the ground as possible to get more grip going through those corners. But for this, I'm just going for a nice smooth tune. This is what feels good, and this is what you guys can kind of start with and just start drifting. It's smooth, it feels good for the Thrustmaster, but we'll get back into it, guys. Front camber, I normally go on all my cars negative -0.7 to about negative -0.9. For this, I'm a negative -0.826. Oh, sorry guys, we'll go back on there. Negative 8.26, it was at. There we go, negative 8.26. My rear cam is at negative 0.350. I normally go from about negative 3 to a negative 4 in the rear for all my drift cars on the wheel. So you kind of don't really want to fuck with the rear camber too much, as it kind of mixes up the grip. But for what I'm going on this car, it's negative 0.3.50. And for the front anti-roll bars 90, rear anti-roll bars 20. The caster, I've run into a bit of an issue with the caster for the wheel. If I have my caster maxed out, like a lot of the people run, I know a lot, some YouTubers max out their casters, but I feel like it really locks up my wheel and really feels quite heavy on just my wheel when I'm kind of transitioning. It kind of locks up, so I like to keep my caster down to about 10 to 12.0. Around about that area. I never go above 12, but yeah, I've got this on 10 here. Like, that just feels good for me. It feels a lot smoother on my wheel. I did run into a lot of problems with the caster on this game, and I did experiment for like a good couple of hours with the caster, and this is what I'm going by. 10 to 12 is what you're going to run on the wheels to keep your cars nice and smooth. You can do what you want, but this is just for my user preference. My Acromen Angle is, you want to look at this Acromen Angle, guys, as your anti-spin out mechanism type thing. So don't call it Acromen Angle. You want to, if you don't want your car to spin out, you want to lower that down to, you know, down to like 20%, and your car's not going to want to spin out. The higher you run your Acromen Angle, the more your car's going to want to spin out, but the faster it's going to be coming along around those corners. So I normally run about 30 to 50% in these cars. At this, for the 180 SX here, we've got 35%, and my max steering lock is at 60 degrees. So you guys can kind of just take a photo of that and, do what you want to do. But we're going to move on to the wheels here. My front wheel diameter, 19s, front and rear. Front tire and rear tire widths at 255, front and back. Front tire pressure at 190, rear tire pressure at 180. Front wheel adhesions at 120. My rear wheel adhesions at 120. But we're going to put that down to 110, as I was only running 120s yesterday because I was just storing with my mates. So I normally run 110 on this car. Front wheel tracks on 1, rear base is on -2. Front tire profile 35 and 35 on the rear as well. You guys can kind of mess with your front wheel track and stuff once you put body kits on there, but I took the body kit off and just kind of running for a base tune when you come on this game and you have no money. So the engine, I've got obviously turned all the way up. Everything's up except except the turbocharger air pressure. That's on 1.5. And then for the transmission, I've got sequential on. Diff locking, you're going to want to put at 0.8. I don't know what is maxed out there, but I never lock the diffs in any of my drift cars. I always kind of keep it about 0.8. I just feel like it kind of gives me a little bit grip, little bit of grip, and a little bit of, a little bit of play going around those corners. But yeah, other than that, I don't really lock the diffs unless it's a skid car. But for the final drive, we've got 410. I normally run about 410 to 4.3 in all these cars. I like higher diff ratios. I like going through the gears. So yeah, that's just what this car's at 410. And then for the brakes, we've got brake torque 3000, 75%, and ABS and launch control is off. So this is just kind of just a rundown on the tune for the 180 and my wheel settings. I didn't really want to get into too much detail with the tuning because I'm still learning myself. But this is a good base tune you guys can jump on CarX with and kind of get a hang of it. So we'll go for a little test drive anyway. We'll show you guys. We'll put the little camera on as well. Get the overlay cranking. Remember guys, if you guys are enjoying this video and want to see more CarX videos on YouTube. Rightio guys, we've just loaded into an online match here in the 180, and we're just going to do a little rundown on, just the basics of kind of drifting in CarX. You're going to want to try to be as smooth as you can. You want to use that throttle control, and you're just going to want to let that wheel do the work, especially with the Thrustmasters. So I'm just trying to be as smooth as I can, use that throttle and that clutch. You know, just go around those corners. It's a different kind of game to get used to, guys. It's not like a Seto, so you're going to want to spend a good couple of hours getting used to this game if you've just jumped on here. But once you start getting the hang of it and start playing with people, you will start getting the hang of it to Dooring. You know, just like a Seto, just like Forza, it takes time to get used to. But overall, I'm starting to like this game quite a lot, and you're going to be seeing me streaming this game a lot more on Facebook, like we've been doing lately. So as you see, I don't really do much with my hands. Try to be as smooth as possible, just go around those corners. You know, if you feel like you guys are spinning out a little bit too much, go into your adjuster, Acromen Angle, lower it out a little bit. But 4th and 5th is what I'm normally in on, all these tracks. At Tron, I'm normally in 3rd. But absolutely loves it, guys. Really love this tune. So I thought I would jump on here and share it with you guys. Oh, we're nearly in the wall. But we might see if anyone in here is ready to get some doors. There we go, boys. Looks like we got the boys on here ready to get some doors. Here we go, guys. We're back. We're going to go try jump on Nightfill's store here. And see if we can get some tandies guaranteed in this video. Not too sure what ADH he's running. Hopefully we can keep up to him here. Looks like we can. See, lots of clutch work in this game, lots of throttle work. Oh, 6th gear, we'll go back to 4th. But we've just, managing to get on doors here. A little bit of tandem action. I've just jumped on. We haven't really done any practice today. I wanted to make this video and then jump on and do a stream for you guys tonight on the Assetto Corsa. I'm nearly over rotating it there. But I've been practicing a little bit and you guys will get the hang of it, guys. Let's try get it. Bang that door a little bit before we end that video. Oh, look at that transition. Nice and close there. Yeah, make sure you hit that like button, everybody. Whew. Nice little run there. Ecotech, let's get some doors, my man. Looks like he's nice and smooth as well. Another 180 on 3 wheels as well by the looks of it. Oh, in the wall hard there though. Oh, on doors here, boys. Oh, we clutched it. Too much brake, causing us to straighten up there. Never left though, putting on a nice lead line. Ecotech creeping up on that door as well. Oh, maybe we bumped him. Not quite. See guys, if you yank the wheel too much, it's gonna make you come off your line like it just did there. I was reefing on the wheel, and that caused me to, lose my line, lose that momentum, and cause that error. But you guys can adjust the brake torque and your front brake bias as well to adjust when you're on the left foot brake when you're doing tandems, because when you're tandeming, guys, you're going to want to use that left foot brake to get on that door, especially on the Assetto Corsa. But we'll be going through that more in the Assetto Corsa in the next video. Thank you very much to everyone that has been shining on in our Facebook streams. If you guys haven't checked that out yet, the link will be in the description for my Facebook, my Instagram, all my social media platforms. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe for more videos. The next video we'll be making will be on Forza, and we'll be going through the same settings and tunes on Forza Horizon 4, possibly Forza Horizon 3 as well. We'll see what happens. But thank you very much, guys. We'll see you guys all in the next stream or all in the next video. Have a great day, everybody.